Sripada Srivallabha, Chapter 24. Explanation of the Ardhanarishwar Tattva. Afterwards, I asked Sri Dharmagupta to explain the inner meaning of the various ornaments and weapons of Shiva. Dharmagupta narrated Shankar Bhatt, a cord and a hook are the main weapons of Ganpati. A disc is the principal weapon of Vishnu. A trident is the important weapon of Shiva. The trident has three sharp prongs. They are in the form of flames of fire. All the three prongs are joined together at the bottom to become a single handle for the trident. Those three prongs indicate tattva, rajas and tamas gunas. In fact, their unity is beyond the three attributes. The trident indicates these inner meanings. Besides, breath flows through the ida and pingala nerves and reaches the point between the eyebrows in the head. The point where the three nerves, either pingala and sushma, meet is called the Triveni Sangam. This is the center of Brahma Janana. This is the inner meaning of the trident. Shiva has an ornament called Nagabharana. When the Kundalini power rises up, one gets 8 siddhis. Shiva is called Nagabharana to indicate the Kundalini, which is in shape of a serpent. Shiva is also named as Ishvara. All the great siddhis are dangerous, just like serpents, since he keeps them under his control and utilizes them for the welfare of the world. Shiva also got the name of Ishvara. The Damaru is tied to the trident of Shiva. The sky has the quality of sound. The vibrations of sound travel in the sky. Vibrates emerge when we chant or hear the mantra japa. Those vibrations cause sounds resembling the sounds from the Damaru of Lord Shiva in our ears. Repeated recitation of mantra gives happiness to a yogi. In that ineffable joy, he dances to indicate this. Parameshwara holds a Damaru. The Ajna Chakra, located in the middle of the eyebrows, is the center of all knowledge. A wise man can acquire supernatural vision with this chakra unfolds in him. A yogi will be able to understand the past, present, and future only through this chakra. This Ajna Chakra is the third eye of Parameshwara. If the knowledge eye unfolds, it will become possible to overcome Cupid, the deity of sensual desires. It is said that Shiva resides in a burial ground when all his desires are burnt to ashes by the fire of yoga. A yogi will experience a state of nirvana, bringing forth profound peace. A knowledge or wisdom is compared with the white color. That is vibhuti. A person gets into pure wisdom when his thoughts and desires are extinguished. He gains happiness from it. The purification through wisdom takes place in 4 stages. They are the natural, supernatural, spiritual, and mental plans. To indicate this, devotees of Shiva wear 4 lines of holy ash on their forehead. There is a supreme medicine called Shilajit, which looks like a jelly. Those who eat it will remain eternally young. During ancient times, a sage called Shilada was living by eating stones. He later took birth as Nandishwara. Sri Krishna was born in the Rohini star in Vrishabha Rashi. The star Arudra is a place of Rudra. Mithuna Rashi signifies the phenomenon of Ardhanarishwara. Vrishabha Rashi appears prior to Mithuna Rashi in the sky. The Vrishabha is Nandishwara. Nandi shows the form of Dharma. Shiva burnt Manmada, who belonged to the lower nature and who was a personification of lust. Then Manmada became formless and associated with the sacred meditative dharma of the higher nature. That was the reason why Krishna took to discipleship under sage Upmanyu and worshipped Shiva very sincerely. And with the grace of Shiva, Krishna had a son named Pradyumna through Rukmini. This Pradyumna was called Manmada of the lower nature in his previous birth. Vrishabha Rashi is the house of both Manmada and Kama. All righteous desires belong to the higher nature. To make it known that it is accordance with the dharma to satisfy those righteous desires, a ritual known as Vishuddharjana is performed. The fruitful tantric siddhis and powers are as dangerous as the tigers. Shiva kept those tantric siddhis and powers under his control. The tiger is the vehicle for Shakti. As a sign that he kept Shakti under control as is concerned, Shiva wears the skin of tiger. The sacred river Gangas, who dwells in Shiva's hair braid, signifies pure Brahma Janana, the perennial flow of intelligence and the attainment of immortality. The crescent moon on Shiva's head signifies the great blissful joys and profound tranquility resulting from the eternal graciousness. Therefore, the nature of the Chandra Kaladhara is a source for attainment of immortality and a state of ineffable happiness. The inner meanings of the Ardhanarishwar Tattva is that the life force which enables people to live is divided into two. It remains as ovum in the uterus of a female and as a sperm in a male. And by the combination of those two, a living creature is produced. However, in creation, an earthworm contains both mother and father conceived within a single body. In both man and woman, the nature of females and males coexist. It must be noted that on the right side of the body, masculine power dwells, and on the left, feminine power dwells. It should be recognized that the power in the form of breath that circulates on the right side is Pingala Nadi, and the power that circulates on the left side is Ida Nadi. During pranayama, when breath is inhaled from the right side, heat is generated in the body. Therefore, it is called Surya Nadi. When breath is inhaled from the left side, the body cools down. Therefore, it is called Chandra Nadi. In the body of Kala Purusha, the 6 months that give heat extending from Mesha Rashi to Tula Rashi in the zodiac are regarded as the Surya Nandita. 6 months from Asvayuja to Falguna are considered to be the Chandranadi. We should understand that by the motion of the sun and the moon, the full moon and new moon phases are formed. Through breathing practices, a yogi can achieve in his body all that exists in the wheel of time. He can get the knowledge of time, which enables him to be aware of the past, present, and future. This wheel of time is to be recognized as Ardhanarishwar Tattva and as an inseparable couple, night and day. Full moon and new moon and all such things appear in succession one after the other. One is the basis for the other. There can be no day without night and vice versa. Ardhanarishwar as the mother and the father is the cause for the emergence of his infinite creation. The inner meaning of calling Shiva a destroyer is that he is the basis for the old creation to exist and the new creation to come into existence. Changes in creation come about naturally. The advent of a new creation is continues for some time and again its annihilation or inescapable in order to attain all the astras and mantras mentioned in the Ardhavana Veda. One should have the grace of Isna Rudra, who is the lord of all the faculties of astras and shastras. Thus concluded Sri Dharmagupta. I asked Sri Dharmagupta to explain in detail about the close connection between the star Rudra and Shiva Parvati. Then he again started narrating. Rudra appears as a hunter holding a bow and chasing a running deer. This figure is visible in the Ardha star in the sky. He looks like a hunter. Part 1. The effect of the movement of planets. The image of Rudra in the form of a hunter can be seen in the constellation that exists at a corner between the zodiac houses of Gemini and Cancer when malefic planets like Saturn, Mars or Rahu move near the constellation. Wars that spread across the entire globe and massive devastations take place. Battles between Devas and Demons and the Mahabharata war took place during such planetary movements. Kala Samhara Murti, the dreadful Rudra who holds a bow, who described in the Vedas as a form of Manu. The weapon of that Rudra is not the trident, only the bow in his weapon. In the month of Megha, the 14th moon phase that comes before the new moon is called Mahashivratri. The 14th moon phase that comes before every month's new moon is named Masa Shivratri. Part 2. Worship of Shiva during Sunny Pradosha time results in the removal of malefic influence of Saturn. When Mahashivratri occurs on a Tuesday, it is considered very important. If the 13th moon phase occurs on a Saturday, then it is called Shani Triyodashi. To remove different types of applications caused by Saturn, who brings forth the consequences of fate, Shiva should be worshipped and gingerly seeds should be donated on Shani Triyodashi. Shiva is worshipped during dusk on Saturdays. All evils from karma will get annulled and peace and comfort will be obtained because Shiva is the lord of Saturn. Saturn causes us to experience the consequences of karma. Shiva causes distractions. Every person should worship Shiva during Shani Pradosha time. This worship reduces all heinous sins arising from inauspicious actions into ashes and purifies the body, mind, intellect, ego, heart and soul through fresh divine effulgent, auspicious vibrations and bestows a happy new life. In order to obtain all these supreme achievements, one should worship Shiva during the Shani Pradosha time. By following the above procedure, the fury of Saturn will be abated. During the night hours of each Saturday, all the negative forces that preside over the scenes of that living being, which are the forces of misfortune and destruction that remain in an invisible thick black color form, take residence in Mahakali, the form of Shakti of Mahakal. The next day on Sunday at the time of sunrise, on account of the grace of that Mahashakti dwelling at the central region of the cosmic sun, a new life will commence up for the spiritual aspirant. Heaps of inauspicious scenes are burned in the fire of yoga of Sri Parameshwara. Part 3. Shiva in the form of five elements. The five elements are Shiva's form. The earthly nature is present in our body in Mooladhara. As a sign of this spiritual aspirant's worship, the Pardhivalinga Swadhisthana relates to the nature of water, Jalalinga represents the center, Manipurka relates to the nature of fire, Jwalalinga represents the center. This is also called Hiranyastambha. Anahata in the heart is the seat of the airy nature. Vayulinga is the symbol of this element of air. Visuddhi in the throat is the seat of sky and is called Chidambara Linga. This Chidambara Linga, which is called Akshalinga, has no shape at all. The adoration, worship and darshan of these Shiva Lingas of the five elemental forces is highly fruitful. In the Chidambara Kshetra, that which lies hidden behind a curtain is called the Chidambara Rahasya. Nothing is seen when the curtain is lifted. The pure sky is the Atma Linga of Shiva. The heart is the seat of spirit and therefore the soul dwells in the sky. In fact, the sky has no form at all. Yogis who concentrate their mind and meditate with a single pointed look upon their real self will have the firmament of their heart opened up. The entire creation, the whole universe, stars, planets and all others will appear in their heart. Luna means scenes, Aruna means sceneless. Parmeshwara resides in the heart of the sky. Parmeshwara exists in the Arunachala in the forms of Arunachaleshwar, the Arunachala mountain and in the form of Mahasiddhu. His darshan neutralizes all sins. The same Arunachaleshwar has now Srivallabha. He is now brilliant, shining in divine glory in Kurungada with the intention to liberate us. Kurungada equals the Arunachala mountain. Arunachaleshwar in the form of Ardhanarishwar is none other than Sripada Srivallabha. The great Siddha in Arunachala is also the gaze of the sage only, just as the mountain in Arunachala is the image of Shiva. This is Kurungada also is the form of Srivallabha. Just as the forces of Shiva are in Arunachala Shivalinga, the forces of Shiva are in the form of Sripada Srivallabha. Seeing Parameshwara in the form of Mahasiddha in Arunachala is very difficult, but this Mahasiddha form in the form of Sripada Srivallabha is easily accessible. Thus concluded Sri Dharmagupta. I requested Sri Dharmagupta, sir, I heard that Sripada is a combined form of Sri Venkateshwara Swami along with Sri Padmavati Devi. But you affirm that he is the form of Shiva Shakti. You are saying that it is highly meritorious to worship Shiva during Shani Pradosha time. All this is very confusing to me. Kindly explain. For that Shani Dharmagupta replied seemingly, sir, the divine nature of Sripada Vallabha cannot be comprehended even by the seven rishis. Even then, I will try to explain this to you to the extent of my abilities. Lord Sri Venkateshwar has been in existence in Kritiga Yuga. He gave boons to Dashratha since he said that he would be born as Sri Rama. He can also be worshipped as Sri Rama, the son of Kaushalya. Sri Venkateshwar Swami was worshipped for some time as Bala Tripura Sundari, a form of Shakti. After some time, he was worshipped in the form of Shiva for some days. Some people worship him as Subramanya Swami. After that, on the initiative of His Holiness Sri Ramanuja, he is now being worshipped by the Vaishnavites as Lord Mahavishnu. Buddhists regard him as a great Sunya. He is really Lord Datta. He is highly tactful. He is conducting the drama of illusion. He demonstrates his body place to those spiritual pursuers who call him regardless of how they call him, by responding to their calls and saving them, and thereby proving that he is the God. He is the same one who is now giving his presence to the world as Sripada Srivallabha. On the left side of Sripada's body, Shakti moves around, and on the right side, Shiva moves around. Therefore, he is a personification of Shiva Shakti. Mother Padmavati adores his heart. The heart is a symbol of mercy. It is a place for the Anahata Chakra. Shakti extends from there to the higher chakras and also to the lower chakras. Therefore, in another body of divine consciousness, he is in Sri Padmavati and Sri Venkateshwar. He is a form of Vani, and Hiranya Garbha also. Vani, that is Saraswati, who expresses herself as Para, Pasyanti, Madhyama, and Vaikhari forms of speech dwells on his tongue. The divine consciousness of Mother Vani and Hiranya Garbha remains in a non-dualistic state. The real Chidambara secret is he assumes three different forms of consciousness at the same time. There is not even a touch of similarity between his different bodies at the same time. He assumes the body of consciousness of Vani Hiranya Garbha. Shiva Parvati and Padmavati Sri Venkateshwar simultaneously he took a body of consciousness called Sripada Srivallabha that transcended the above forms of consciousness. This is his Yoga Maya, his Vaishnava Maya, this is his Chidambara mystery. He can be regarded as one belonging to Dvita, Advita and Vishishta Dvita, sex, and also as one who is beyond all those. The reason for this is that there are no limits to his Yoga Maya and Vaishnava Maya. For the tactful one who donned the charming figure of Jagan Mohini and distributed nectar only to deities. For the one who enticed Shiva in his Mohini form and who made Shiva immort of him without the need of Manmada Cupid. And for one who gave birth to Dharmashastra, nothing is impossible for him. For Lord Datta, who imparts the knowledge stating, I am the Mohini form and I am also Dharmashastra, nothing is impossible for him. Atma said that it will create itself through Maya. Is it not? He who was in the form of Mohini created himself as Dharmashastra. Oh, what a tactful way. Saying this is Sri Dharmagupta made me wonder. Victory unto Sri Sripada Srivallabha.